Is pen testing and pentester.com are like pen testing is a term. Pentester.com is the name of my company.
Okay.
And
SeanRyanShow.com.
SeanRyanShow.com. So contact at SeanRyanShow.com or Sean Ryan at the website or anyone that. So let's say you were infected with some type of malware and that person grabs from your Chrome or your Safari all of the saved passwords, the credentials to your social media platform, YouTube. You can see it's just a picture that this has never been on the internet, right?
That is a really good looking man right there.
Amazing. So I uploaded.
When continuous authentication prompts overwhelm a target, even the most robust technical security dissolves into simple decision fatigue. Multi-factor authentication was designed to safeguard corporate entry points, but cybercriminals quickly discovered that human endurance wears thin long before software encryption fails.
Some of that stuff gets released on the dark web. I do have password.
All that's on there?
Yeah.
You could find my face in the middle of the Super Bowl stadium. So what is Pentester?
Pentester is a software solution for cybersecurity and protection. So there's a pen test, a manual pen test, where somebody would go into your.
When continuous authentication prompts overwhelm a target, even the most robust technical security dissolves into simple decision fatigue. Modern cyber attacks bypass traditional defensive barriers by scripting relentless streams of push notifications to induce cognitive overload.
Cybersecurity and protection. So there's a pen test, a manual pen test, where somebody would go into your company or a group of people where they would check down a list of boxes of things for your compliance, look for vulnerabilities based upon your platform, and give you a report of findings, vulnerabilities. Pentester.com, it can get confusing because pen testing and pentester.com are like pen testing is a term. Pentester.com is the
security infrastructure monitors technical vulnerabilities, but push bombing bypasses firewalls to exploit human impatience directly. Attackers execute multi-factor fatigue campaigns during off hours, sending dozens of authorization prompts until the victim taps approve just to silence their phone.
Is pen testing and pentester.com are like pen testing is a term. Pentester.com is the name of my company.
Okay.
What we do is we try to automate as much of what a pen tester would do digitally. So pentester.com is an automated web scanning framework. As of right now, we're building it out to be more of a more than just a web scanner. And
weaponizing standard verification tools turns essential security procedures into relentless psychological harassment. Prior to launching a notification flood, hackers harvest enterprise email addresses and personal credentials from massive online breach databases.
Type in SeanRyanShow.com.
Yeah.
What kind of vulnerabilities might I have? Here's my website. I sell gummy bears on it, and we post upcoming episodes. Your episode's going to be on there. We collect email addresses for a database to we send out a free newsletter all the time.
Right.
And then we got like some, if you want to apply for a job here, every once in a while we'll.
A single exposed corporate domain gives threat actors the foundation required to deploy targeted verification barrages. While core corporate portals may appear impenetrable, secondary third-party integrations on unmonitored plugins frequently leak critical user credentials.
Right. And then we got like some, if you want to apply for a job here, every once in a while we'll post that. They can run their resumes. We just did a thing where we're looking for a new video editor for shorts, and they're sending in a bunch of, we're having a competition for it. But for a website like, and we have advertising inquiries. For a website like that, it's run off Shopify.
Every integrated third-party tool creates an unmonitored side door for attackers. seeking valid login identifiers. Cybercriminals bypass zero-day exploits entirely by tapping into dark web repositories containing millions of pre-validated corporate account credentials.
Have advertising inquiries. For a website like that, it's run off Shopify. What kind of vulnerabilities would I be looking at?
So there's many things. The first thing that came to mind was email breaches. So if you have like contact@SeanRyan.com, is that your website, SeanRyan.com?
SeanRyanShow.com.
SeanRyanShow.com. So contact@SeanRyanShow.com or Sean Ryan.
Once corporate email credentials end up in breach indices, automated push notification spam is only a matter of time. By exfiltrating active browser session cookies, attackers bypass two-factor prompts altogether and gain immediate access without generating alerts.
SeanRyanShow.com.
SeanRyanShow.com. So contact@SeanRyanShow.com or Sean Ryan at the website, or anyone that works here. I can look up that domain with pen tester and see if it's been involved in any breaches or if it's been involved in any botnet traffic where it's scraped all of the cookies and passwords from people's browsers.
Okay, hold on. What is botnet what? Tracking?
Traffic.
Botnet traffic.
Right. So let's say
session cookie. Theft completely neutralizes secondary verification because the system assumes the attacker is already authenticated. InfoStealer malware quietly extracts saved browser credentials and active web sessions directly from compromised employee devices.
Right. So let's say you were infected with some type of malware and that person grabs from your Chrome or your Safari all of the saved passwords and all of the sessions, like a website. To be signed into a website, you have to have a session. So if I took that session and replaced mine with yours, now I'm you, without a password.
Stealing active browser sessions turns legitimate user authorization against the network, rendering traditional passwords meaningless. Stolen session tokens and enterprise credentials are sold on illicit dark web markets, enabling any threat actor to buy direct entry points.
So if I took that session and replaced mine with yours, now I'm you, without a password. So some of that stuff gets released on the dark web or it's Tor. I like to call it Tor, Tor, the onion router. That's what the dark web is. But it gets released there and sometimes on the publicly facing web. And a lot of people aren't aware of what information is actually out there. So when you put your website into pen tester, you get a preliminary
illicit underground trading commoditizes enterprise access, putting corporate networks in the crash risks of low-level criminals. Most employees remain unaware that their personal credentials have been exposed online, leaving them completely off guard when push bombing begins.
A lot of people aren't aware of what information is actually out there. So when you put your website into pen tester, you get a preliminary report that shows all of that data that has been exposed related to your domain name. Well, it goes a little further than that because let's say it doesn't find anything. Maybe you're a brand new website and Shopify is doing a good job with all of the plugins you're using. Because remember, each one of those plugins is by an individual creator that could have messed up at any point in their code. So you're only as
unaware victims often assume sudden verification requests are mere system glitches, opening the door to catastrophic authorization taps. Flaws in third-party software plugins give attackers the initial leverage required to pivot across corporate networks and initiate push fatigue campaigns.
Because remember, each one of those plugins is by an individual creator that could have messed up at any point in their code. So you're only as strong as your strongest plugin. As for the emails, let's say I get nothing with the SeanRyanShow.com. Now I'm going to start looking into the Gmail accounts of Gmail, Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, whatever, of all of your employees.
The single faulty plugin opens up personal employee accounts to systemic reconnaissance and multi-faculty targeting. Password reuse across personal and business accounts ensures that a minor consumer site leak can compromise an entire enterprise infrastructure.
To the Gmail accounts of Gmail, Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, whatever, of all of your employees, your family, and then I'm going to see breaches associated with them, which I guarantee you that there is. Like I am so sure that if I pulled my laptop out and I put in one of your personal emails, that I will have at least one of your passwords. And that password could be reused for Shopify, or maybe it's used to access that list of data with your customers that you were saying you have the client list, the newsletters, the
Credential recycling guarantees that a single obscure database breach provides attackers with the keys to flood enterprise accounts. The moment an exhausted employee taps approve, attackers escalate their system privileges and strip legitimate administrators of network control.
Maybe it's used to access that list of data with your customers that you were saying you have the client list, the newsletters, the applicants for the jobs. Maybe it's the same password you use for that. And now I have access to that data that I could either ransom you with, I could escalate my permissions on Shopify with, and take over your entire site. Maybe it's the credentials to your social media platform. Like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you're on, those credentials could be reused.
A single tap on a mobile screen during a fatigue flood can surrender entire corporate server networks to remote threat actors. Hackers combine push notification spams with live voice phishing calls, posing as a support technicians resolving an urgent security issue. Combining high-pressure phone calls with push notification spam breaks down compliance barriers in minutes. Real-time demonstrations showing how rapidly employee credentials can be harvested prove why push fatigue attacks are exploding globally.
Demonstrate that right now?
Yeah.
Just type it in my email?
Yeah, for sure. I'll try the Sean Ryan show first.
Witnessing live. Credential extraction proves that relying on basic push notifications creates an immediate vulnerability. Massive breach monitoring engine searched trillions of compromised records, giving threats indicates detailed intelligence before launching an assault.
There is some sensitive information, but nothing that would be a big deal. I could show it to you actually if you want. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah, let's see it.
So this isn't specifically passwords there, but it is what came from leaks on the internet. This isn't, it isn't anything other than leaked data. So nothing there is sensitive to my eyes.
So we're doing a good job.
For the Sean Ryan show. But if you throw
Comprehensive. Leak indexing allows bad actors to profile employee structures long before triggering their first authentication prompt. Decades of accumulated personal email breaches supply hackers with the phone numbers and recovery channels needed to stage MFA fatigue bypasses.
So nothing there is sensitive to my eyes.
So we're doing a good job.
For the Sean Ryan show. But if you throw in one of your Gmails...
Forgotten online footprints from years past continue to provide threat actors with the ammunition required for modern attacks. Leaked database entries supply hackers with home addresses, IP locations, and personal phone numbers to tailor high-pressure phishing messages.
And I do have the address.
Whose address?
I have an apartment in...
Interesting.
I have an IP address for... I have an address in where we're at right now with the zip code ending in 64 and a phone number ending in...
All that shit's on there?
Yeah. And I have a lot more.
Integrated. Hyper-specific personal details into notification storms makes fake authorization prompts terrifyingly convincing. Once employee credentials land on public dark web mirrors, they can never be fully erased, making permanent defensive adaptations essential.
And a phone number ending in...
All that shit's on there?
Yeah. And I have a lot more than that. If you want.
Since leaked records remain online indefinitely, enterprise security must evolve beyond vulnerable notification prompts. Legacy authentication protocols running unnoticed in corporate backgrounds open massive blind spots for bad actors to trigger push fatigue.
Okay, so what? Oh my gosh.
So that's why small and medium-sized businesses that don't realize that they're a target, they're more of a target than they think. They get attacked because they either have exposed credentials out there or they're using old technology, and they just get grouped in with a ton of other people that are, similar targets. A lot of them don't realize they need to take their cybersecurity more seriously. And pen tester, this is kind of like a shameless plug, but like for $50 a
outdated system. Architecture combined with standard mobile push prompts creates severe vulnerabilities across enterprise networks. Deploying active penetration monitoring and vulnerability scanning enables organizations to catch exposed credentials before threat actors capitalize on them.
Targets. A lot of them don't realize they need to take their cybersecurity more seriously. And pen tester, this is kind of like a shameless plug, but like for $50 a month, it's worth the money. We are the cheapest, to my knowledge, in the cybersecurity world, and we're not only giving you a software solution, but we're giving you a hands-on, manual confirmation for anything that we're not sure of. So for $50, if someone would have offered that to me prior to being a hacker myself.
Proactive credential monitoring neutralizes leak vectors before cybercriminals can launch notification overload campaigns, while automated scanners detect potential security gaps. Expert human verification is critical to lock down complex multi-factor vulnerabilities.
So for $50, if someone would have offered that to me prior to being a hacker myself, I was a little kid, but let's just say I wasn't ever, I'd be more than happy to pay $50 a month for something like this. This is just one of many things we offer.
Okay.
This
is my website safe for customers?
That's up to you to decide. I haven't run a scan. This is just a breach check.
Oh, that's just a breach check?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is...
Merging automated intelligence with manual security review ensures legacy. Multi-factor attack paths are closed effectively. Standard multi-factor push notifications create an illusion of safety that collapses the moment an employee gives into continuous push prompts.
It's up to you to decide. I haven't run a scan. This is just a breach check.
Oh, that's just a breach check?
Yeah. Yeah, and we have more records than literally anyone else on the internet. So we're going to be able to tell you more than most people. Some people are going to have access to these private databases that we have, as well as the public ones. But if you download certain other competition websites that say, sign up for other competition websites that say that they offer breach protection or the leak.
Basic push. MFA without hardware security keys or rate limiting leaves organizations wide open to simple fatigue exploits. Off-the-shelf security tools often fail to index non-public leak channels where custom MFA exploit kits are actively distributed. Conventional antivirus software cannot stop a user from tapping approve after hours of continuous psychological pressure. Cybercriminals deploy advanced facial indexing engines to cross-reference online photos with employee directories for hyper-targeted push campaigns.
Like I said, this is without running a scan. So, I'll keep the computer ready for when you want to see a face, but I'll show you how wild that can get.
Let's do that.
Oh, you want to see it?
Yeah, let's do it. So describe what you're going to do.
So I could do my face, your face, anyone's face that you want to do. You just tell me whose face?
Yeah, we can do my face.
Okay. It's going to be a lot of pictures of you, obviously because of your podcast, but.
So basically what you're doing is you're taking a photo of me. It's going to do.
Visual indexing tools enable threat actors to confirm executive identities before launching high-pressure authentication spams. Facial recognition algorithms map hundreds of unique facial landmarks to link Unindex's public images directly to high-privilege corporate users.
Okay. It's going to be a lot of pictures of you, obviously because of your podcast, but.
So basically what you're doing is you're taking a photo of me. It's going to do the facial recognition and find every image on the internet that has my face in it.
Yeah.
Whether I'm tagged in it or not.
Yes.
Like it's strict. You could find my face in the middle of the Super Bowl stadium.
As long as it's on the internet. So yeah, let me take a picture and send it to myself.
Advanced biometric scraping ensures hackers target high-level decision makers with surgical precision. Untaged photographs uploaded across obscure websites expose employees' personal lives, handing hackers psychological fuel to pair with push. Spamming.
So yeah, let me take a picture and send it to myself. So I took a picture of your face, and you can see it's just a picture that this has never been on the internet, right?
Every public photo feeds into a digital dossier that hackers manipulate during high-stress verification. Cause. Defeating MFA fatigue requires replacing push prompts with phishing-resistant hardware keys like FIDO to YUBI keys that cannot be spammed.
You can see it's just a picture that this has never been on the internet, right?
That is a really good-looking man right there.
Amazing. So I uploaded that to here.
So you took a picture.
Yep.
And
Now you can go through these and see if there's anything that's not. I don't know if there's going to be anything that you don't want on there or not. But if you click them, it will give you a link to where that picture's hosted at. But remember, I used the picture.
Eliminating mobile push notifications entirely is the only permanent solution to human exhaustion vulnerabilities in cyber defense. Eliminating mobile push notifications entirely is the only permanent solution to human exhaustion vulnerabilities in cyber defense.